Have you ever walked away from a conversation feeling drained, yet unsure why? Not because of shouts or insults, but despite their gentle words, warm praise, and kindness. Yet, you leave feeling hollow, doubting yourself, and uneasy for reasons you can't name. This is no mere fancy. It's a sign you've encountered a shadowed soul, cloaked in a mask of kindness and care. A dark heart doesn't always rage openly. They don't slam doors or hurl insults. Their words are chosen with cunning precision. They speak what you long to hear, then subtly weave into your emotions, pulling you down, making you question your worth. It might be a colleague who praises you while quietly undermining your prospects, or a kin who claims love, yet controls and exhausts you daily. In this video, we won't chase dramatic tales of evil or sow fear. Instead, with calm clarity, we'll explore 5 types of hidden malice, not to condemn or harden your heart, but to understand and to arm you with Stoic resolve to guard your soul's peace, standing firm and unshaken. The first is the manipulator disguised as a friend. They never raise their voice, never press openly, nor insult you outright. They approach with kindness, honeyed words, and nods of goodwill. Yet, notice how each meeting leaves you smaller, less confident, doubting yourself more than before. This is the manipulator posing as your ally. They don't rule you with force, but with the illusion that you need their validation to feel whole. Their advice seems sincere. You're truly gifted, though sometimes a bit reckless. Perhaps it's a lack of experience. It sounds kind, but you walk away feeling inadequate. Their danger lies in your blindness to their control. They position themselves as your guide, your confidant, the one who cares most for you. Yet, beneath their facade, they sow seeds of self-doubt, just enough to mold you to their will. I once knew such a man. He praised my leadership in meetings, yet privately told our superior I seemed unsteady, needing oversight to ensure consistency. At first, I trusted his words as honest critique. Only when I was sidelined from key endeavors did I see he wasn't fostering my growth. He sought to keep me beneath him, to make me believe I needed him. In truth, the reverse was so. Stoicism bids us stay vigilant, not vengeful. Marcus Aurelius never urged anger towards such souls. He taught us to observe them as a sage from afar, treating them as trials to hone our clarity and calm. Epictetus wrote, "You cannot control what others say of you, but you can decide what enters your mind." This is the core lesson. Manipulators don't defeat you with deeds, but with whispers that erode your self-belief. Yet, if you hold fast to your worth with a clear mind, their words pass like a breeze by your door. So, beware those who leave you, doubting yourself after every talk. They may not hate you, but they surely don't wish you to surpass them. For a Stoic, the aim isn't to cut ties rashly, but to cultivate inner distance, never letting another define your value, save yourself. The second type is false affection. These pretenders show no overt malice. They don't wound you directly. In truth, they make you feel they're your truest ally. They listen, agree, and cheer you on. Yet, notice they're there only in your darkest hours. When you rise, grow stronger, they fade, or, worse, turn mocking. These are souls who cherish only your weakest self. They thrive on your emotional reliance but never rejoice in your growth. At first, they seem your sanctuary, understanding you like no other. But as you change for the better, they grow distant. You'll hear them say, "You've changed so much, not the man you once were." Are you, as if growth is shameful, as if outgrowing their need betrays them? Their jests strike your deepest insecurities. Like looking sharp today, trying to turn back time. They call it jest. But you know it's not love. It's something else. Not closeness, but mockery veiled in smiles. I had such a friend once. She stood by me in sorrow, offering comfort and care. Yet, as I found my path, cared for myself, and learned to say no, she withdrew. Then came messages. "You've changed too much." Found new friends. Forgot the old ones. I hadn't grown cold. I simply ceased feeding her emotional need. Stoicism doesn't urge loud severance. Seneca spoke truly. Don't despise the insincere. See them as tests of your clarity and inner peace. To discern true kindness, watch how someone treats you when you no longer need them. A true friend uplifts and embraces your growth. The false only value you when you're broken, for then they hold emotional sway. Stoicism reminds us that true bonds don't diminish you. Don't sow doubt, and never use guilt to stunt your growth. They seek to keep you where they're comfortable. Know this, you owe no one your stagnation. If someone loves only your frail self, that's not friendship. It's dependence cloaked in sentiment. As a Stoic, you need not make a scene. Quietly walk forward, growing stronger each day. The third type is the controller. They don't proclaim, "I will rule you." They avoid commands, force, or threats. Instead, they wield a subtler tool: emotion. Their control, masked as love, is easily mistaken for care, often from close kin, spouse, or old friends. They don't forbid outright. They suggest. They don't demand. They express concern. They say, "I'm uneasy about you spending time with that person," or "that attire doesn't suit your age." People will talk. Or, "Working so far from home, aren't you worried about being used?" It sounds reasonable. Protective, even. But look closely, they're shrinking your world. Every choice becomes an emotional negotiation. They don't want your independence, but your reliance on them for security. Their true danger is making you feel guilty for living for yourself. Seek time alone, and they sulk. Reconnect with old friends, and they turn cold. Decline their requests, and they withdraw, quietly voicing their disappointment. They don't bind you with chains, but with guilt. I heard of a woman married for 2 decades. Her husband never shouted or struck her. Yet, over years, she lost friends, abandoned hobbies, and ceased acting alone. She said, "He only wants what's best for me, but I feel caged in glass." This is what Stoics call a prison built by overprotection. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "True freedom is not merely breaking chains, but refusing to let others' emotions sway your mind. When you act to appease another's feelings, you live their life, not yours. Ask, am I living to ease their fears or to grow as my own man? Those who truly love you don't need you tethered to them. They wish you strong, free, and choosing to return, not bound by emotional ties. Stoicism doesn't preach rebellion, but discernment. knowing the line between care and control, connection and captivity. You can remain in relationships without letting them define you. Love, yes, but never at the cost of losing yourself. As Epictetus said, if peace of mind is the price, no matter the name, love or duty, it's not worth paying. The fourth type is the saboteur. Not all strike with harsh words or overt acts. Some choose a quieter path. They don't confront you directly, nor do they cheer your success. They linger near, yet are first to plant doubts in your heart. Often, they're old friends, close colleagues, or family. On the surface, they do no wrong. But notice whenever you're eager about a venture, they're the first to highlight risks, failures, reasons it might falter. You say, "I'm starting a small shop." They reply, "The economy's rough. Most stores open and shut fast." Think hard before you leap. You share, "I'm learning a new skill." They counter, "At our age, what's the point? Just relax." They don't stop you outright, but their soft doubts make you hesitate. Their words, cloaked in care, are meant to guard you, or so they claim. Yet their honesty doesn't strengthen you. It breeds hesitation, self-doubt, even urges to retreat. I knew such a man. Each time I neared a new pursuit, he offered advice, gentle, reasonable concern. "I'm just worried for you. That path's full of stress. You're fine as is." At first, I was grateful, but I soon saw he appeared only when I was poised to grow. Each time, I left more uncertain, more doubtful. The danger of subtle sabotage is its guise as friendship, concern, or support. That's why it's so hard to spot. But if sharing your dreams with someone leaves you diminished, less eager, less sure, it's not care. It's emotional control, dressed as pragmatism. It's the erosion of your spirit under the banner of sincerity. Marcus Aurelius said, "The wise need no one's approval to do what's right. They need only fidelity to their own nature." This is a profound Stoic truth. Let no one dictate your just path, especially those who sow doubt while feigning love. If someone constantly warns of what could go wrong, making you pause more than act, step back, not because they're evil, but because they may not be ready to see you shine. Their discomfort, conscious or not, drives them to keep you small. Stoicism doesn't urge distrust of all or cold severance, but it teaches this: a clear mind is your strongest shield. Keep your mind as a mirror, reflecting who lifts you and who hinders you. When you see clearly, no argument or proof is needed. Simply walk forward with strength, leaving them behind. The fifth type, the energy drainer. Not all harm with cruel words or clear actions. Some merely exhaust you by their presence. They don't insult, criticise, or control. Yet, each moment with them leaves you weary, heavy, even guilty for feeling so. These drainers dwell in ceaseless negativity, always with a grievance, a pain, an injustice to share. They don't attack directly, but pull you into their emotional abyss, unnoticed until you're sinking. At first, you think you're just a good listener. You empathize, support, show up. But over time, you dread their name on your phone, avoid their presence. Each talk ends with you sitting in silence, as if weathered by a storm. They say, "You're the only one I can talk to." Guilt keeps you there. They lament, Nothing works for me. No one truly cares. You console. But they reply, it's easy for you to say you don't understand. In time. You see, it's not about solutions. They don't seek healing. Their pain is their identity. Their victimhood, their only stage. They don't need rescue. They need an audience. And, alas, you've become that audience. Stoicism doesn't demand coldness, but offers a vital truth. You cannot fill another's cup when yours is empty. Epictetus said, true love doesn't bear every burden, but carries what's necessary and releases what's not. You're free to stop hearing the same weary tale repeated over years, not from a lack of compassion, but from valuing your own mental strength. I had such a friend once. I gave time, energy, support, listened, advised, tried every way. Yet nothing I said changed a thing. It wasn't about growth. They needed me to affirm their pain, to validate their victimhood. One day, I stepped back, not in anger, not by severing ties, but by creating space to preserve my own strength. It wasn't selfishness, but clarity. If I'm depleted, my presence becomes a hollow gesture. Know this, you weren't born to carry the world's weight. You owe no one the role of savior. Love doesn't demand endless sacrifice, nor does kindness mean abandoning your boundaries. If someone leaves you drained, pause and ask, am I helping them? Or am I chained to their pain? If the answer stings, that's your signal. Step back, reclaim your energy, and draw a new line. For, as Stoics teach, your inner fire must burn brightly to light others' paths. Having seen these 5 types: cunning manipulators, false friends, controlling guardians, subtle saboteur, and energy drainers, you may wonder what now. Cut them off. Avoid them. Confront them. Or stay silent. There's no universal answer, but there's a clear path. Respond as a Stoic. This doesn't mean rigid detachment or coldness. It means acting with intention, not swept into others' emotional games, not letting their negativity reshape you, and never allowing their poison to rob your inner peace. With manipulators, stay watchful. Observe their words as a sage studies a storm, not entangled in their subtle webs. Ask yourself, am I acting from my own principles, or am I swayed by their quiet influence? With false friends, don't waste breath explaining or mending ties. Those who truly champion you rejoice in your growth. The insincere will guilt you for moving forward. You owe no apology for becoming your truest self. For controllers, remain calm and firm. Don't meet their ways with anger. Say gently, I value your care, but this choice is mine, and I'll own its outcome. A Stoic needs no one's permission to do what's right, only a clear soul, with supple saboteurs. No accusation is needed. Simply keep your distance. Stop sharing your deepest aspirations, and they'll fade naturally. You don't need applause from those awaiting your stumble. Focus on the path you command. For energy drainers, remember, kindness doesn't mean exhaustion. You can care and be present, but with limits. Learn to say, I need space today. I'll listen when I'm ready. This isn't selfishness. It's the Stoic art of self-mastery. Marcus Aurelius asked, if you're angered, are you handing your mind's reins to another? This is a Stoic's constant reminder. When peace wavers, be it through anger, pain, or dismay, pause and ask, am I choosing this reaction? Or am I being pulled? True freedom in Stoicism isn't banishing the toxic, they'll always exist. It's mastering how you respond. You can leave a provoking talk, unshaken, choosing not to retaliate, explain, or justify, yet know you've acted justly. The toxic only triumph when they make you lose yourself. A Stoic never allows this. If you spot these patterns around you, fear not. You needn't change others. Change how you meet them. And you reclaim your power. View them as trials that sharpen your growth, clarify your soul, and forge self-mastery. Each time you hold your boundaries, choose silence over reaction, or walk away in peace. You near true inner freedom. You don't need to defeat the toxic. Ensure they don't drag you down. Choose peace over reaction, progress over approval, and you've won in the calm, mighty way of a true Stoic. Thank you for watching. If this moved you, like, subscribe, and share with someone who needs this wisdom.